Hey, welcome back to the Ariel show. Today we're going to be talking about those crazy thoughts we get in our head that make us feel like we aren't attractive enough. Stuff like I'm too fat, stuff like I'm too ugly, stuff like my skin isn't good enough, my hair isn't good enough, my nails aren't good enough, I'm just one giant walking ugly horrible human being. And I know that sounds dramatic, but sometimes our brain gets really dramatic and really mean. It's like some of us live with a bully in our brains and we look in the mirror and we see something that we know doesn't fit Western beauty standards and it drives us crazy. Our brain makes us crazy. This was a requested episode by one of our viewers. Felipe Garcia says, "Thank you, Ariel, for making the work samples super accessible and down to earth. Can you please give us more examples around body image?" And Felipe, I'm so happy to get to make this episode for you. The work is this crazy, awesome process made up by a woman named Byron Katie, and I have 2 episodes for you, so click here to check those out. But I'm going to be diving into the work, just like demonstrating it for you on the idea, on the thought, I'm not attractive enough. And I think this is a thought that all of us probably have struggled with at some time. Maybe it's not in those words, but we've thought, I don't make the cut. I want to change something about myself. I'm not good enough. So even if you're not familiar with what the work is, let's do it right now. Let's break down this idea. Let's jump right in. All right, so for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be the one thinking the thought, I'm not attractive enough. Okay, so I'm not attractive enough. First question in the work is it true? Well, yeah, I just had that thought, so obviously I'm not attractive enough. Second question, can you absolutely know that it's true? I'm not attractive enough. I guess not, because attraction is totally subjective. So I guess no, I cannot absolutely know that it's true, that I'm not attractive enough. All right, next question. What happens when you think the thought, I'm not attractive enough? I feel like I'm collapsing on the inside. I feel embarrassed to be alive. I feel like there's something wrong with me. I feel like I want to shrink. I feel like I have to stop my life and fix this right away. I feel like this is representative of something wrong with me internally because externally I'm not attractive enough. I feel like I will never have the right people in my life to support me. I feel like I will have missed opportunities. I won't go as far in my career. There is so much. All of this comes to the surface when I think I'm not attractive enough. A follow-up question to that is, how do you feel in your body? I feel like I'm caving in. I feel like my tight. I just want to go hide under a rock. If I'm not attractive enough, that sucks. All right, next question. Number 4 is, who would you be without the thought? All right. Personally, this isn't a thought that I struggle with on a regular basis, thank God, because I do a lot of thought work. So I can tell you actually who I am without the thought. I'm freaking free. I'm fine. I don't obsess over it. And so if this is a thought that you've struggled with, not being attractive enough, I want to ask yourself, because we all have felt unattractive, but ask yourself who you would be without that thought. Who would I be without the ability to think I'm not attractive enough? And actually, personally, I really like that, because even though right now I feel fine in my life, there have been times that I haven't, and I'm sure there will be times again. So if instead I can view it as, no, this will never be a problem for me the rest of my life, I'm never going to think the thought I'm not attractive enough again, that gets me pumped up. You know what? Then I feel fierce, I feel hot, I feel untouchable, I feel like my beauty isn't based on adhering to Western society. I feel like it's just based on my own beauty standards of love and acceptance, and that's more beautiful than, you know, being like this sexy supermodel or whatever and trying to make the cut in these ever-changing society like craziness. Like, that's awesome. So who would I be without the thought? You know what? I would be like super fierce and badass and super hot, and I would never worry about it. And you know what? That would actually probably make me quite freaking attractive, as a side note, because I wouldn't be like having wrinkles and worry lines from worrying about not fitting in, or I wouldn't be like going tanning and killing my skin. You know, I wouldn't be obsessing over all these painful thoughts and creating that and manifesting that in my life, which sounds pretty awesome. So ask yourself, who would you be without the thought, I'm not attractive enough? All right, 2 quick questions that you can tack on to the end of this before we go to the next part is, can you think of a reason to drop the thought, I'm not attractive enough? Well, yeah, I sure can. Then I would be like super free and awesome, like I just talked about, and I'd never have to worry about not being attractive enough. Next question, can you think of a stress-free reason to keep the thought, I'm not attractive enough? When I think of a reason to keep it, the only thing I can think of is, well, if I never think of it again, then maybe I'll become unattractive because I'll stop caring and stop trying. But that's not a stress-free reason. So no, I can't think of a stress-free reason. How about you? Can you? Next, we're going to dig into the second part of the work, which is called the turnarounds. So you turn the statement around to, first of all, yourself. So I'm not attractive enough, turned around to myself, could be, I'm not myself enough, which I kind of love, because then I'm the beauty standard. And it's about me showing up and being my fullest self in every day that is much more important than meeting an attraction measure. Another version of this turnaround is you can change it to, instead of I, you can change it towards my thinking. So my thinking isn't attractive enough. And I kind of love that too, because if I am mentally ripping myself apart and killing myself trying to be attractive, then my thinking is ugly and it's causing me pain. These little thoughts in my head cause me so much pain, and they cause you that much pain too. And so, yeah, that's unattractive. All right, the next turnaround you can do is to the other. And so this is a little untraditional, but I'm going to flip I'm not attractive enough to attractive isn't me enough, which I kind of love too. Because it's like, no, I don't gotta change. Attractive standards, you guys need to change, and you need to start matching me. Like, stupid beauty standards, stupid ass magazine photoshopping, you all need to stop and you need to embrace what's real. I'm real. You know what I'm saying? So attractive isn't me enough. And then the last turnaround is you do to the opposite. So I'm not attractive enough becomes I am attractive enough. Or the other opposite could be I'm not unattractive enough, but that's too complicated. So let's do I am attractive enough. And you sit and you think, could that be just as true? Is that possible? Like, can I think of some examples in my life that I am attractive enough? And it just gets your brain thinking, like in parallel universes. I love that when you give your brain a job to do, it will do it. It's like a puppy that you're like throwing, like saying, hey, go fetch, and it wants to please you. So you set your mind off in motion in the right way by asking it these kinds of questions. Hey brain, could the opposite also be true? And it's like, oh, yes, master, let me find 3 examples for you. And it tells you, oh my God, yes, you are attractive enough in these ways. This is what's good about you. Your personality is attractive enough. You're physically attractive enough in these ways. And it tells you ways that you are attractive enough. So that's how it's done, guys. That's how you blow up these beliefs that cause us so much pain. I do the work in my head 10 times a day. I swear to God, I'll be like lying in bed, not even awake yet, and notice a painful thought, and I'll be like, is it true? It's life-changing. So again, if this is an interesting concept to you, please check out my other 2 episodes where I break it down much further, go much further in depth in this. But I wanted to make this for you, Felipe, and I think for any of us who struggle with this idea. And I do plan on making more videos like this, like just breaking down these painful beliefs in the future, because I think it's really powerful. And of course, you gotta check out the book that inspired it all, Loving What Is by Byron Katie. Link in description. I got mine all marked up, so I gotta keep mine. You get your own copy. Or you can get it on Audible. Get it on Audible, listen to the audiobook. She actually has like quite a beautiful voice. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to download this video to keep forever and future episodes, if you want the audio download of this video, you gotta come check out my Patreon page. Click the link to see all the badass rewards we got going over there. It's our little amazing community where we're all learning and growing, and you can help influence the direction of the Ariel show. I pick my topics often based on what my amazing patrons suggest. So we would love to have you join us over there. Please subscribe so you see me next time I come on, and like and comment. Let me know what you think of this crazy idea called The Work. I seriously want to know, because I can't talk to enough people about this. Like everyone I meet, I'm like, have you heard of this thing? Guess what you can do with your mind? Because it's changed my life so much. So I need to get your feedback, and that just is fun and exciting for me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Love you. And remember, you are attractive enough.